In a market with many buyers and sellers, both the consumer and the supplier have equal ability to influence price. In some industries, however, there are no substitutes and there is no competition. In a market that has only one or few suppliers of a good or service, the producer or producers can control price, meaning that a consumer does not have choice, and they cannot maximize his or her total utility, and they have very little influence over the price of goods. Economists have identified nowadays four types of competition: perfect competition, monopolistic competition, monopoly, and oligopoly.
In perfect competition, the economic theory is that it's markets that participants are large enough to have the market power to set the price of homogeneous products because the conditions for perfect competition are strict. There are few, if any, perfectly competitive markets in our world today. Perfect competition is also known as pure competition. Two examples of this is like agriculture markets. Basically, it's marketplaces that have large numbers of vendors selling fruits, vegetables, poultry, other stuff too. Like sometimes they build things. The prices of the goods are competitive and no single seller can yield on influence over the pricing. The consumers have like the complete 100% option of to pick whichever seller they want to go to, whichever vendor has the best product for the best price, basically.
I am currently involved in the industry of monopolistic competition, and I am listed as a corporation. My company is called Future ID, and we're involved in making phones. We are known throughout all Europe because our phones are faster and last longer. Other facts to know about monopolistic competition is that it allows us to be at the very top of our company, or of other companies. Also, being involved in monopolistic competition has some pros and cons. It can affect how we do or represent our products and we show it to the public. Some of the pros of being in monopolistic competition involve having no production limits, which allows us to produce as many phones as we wish. Differentiation allows us to change how our phones are better or worse. It allows us to be better than other companies that compete against us. Another pro is that the knowledge of the product for the public is a lot better. They know how good we're doing or if we're doing bad. Some cons of being involved in monopolistic competition is that we have too much opportunity to produce as much as we want. So we don't have limits and it can hurt us in the future. There's a lot more competition. A lot more people have the possibility to get involved in monopolistic competition and they can join, and the entry is very easy.
Hello, my fellow economists. Today, me and my classmates will be discussing the different kinds of markets that exist in our economy today and provide you with real-world examples about where and how they are used. The market that I will be specifically talking about is called the oligopoly market. It's a strange word, so you probably don't understand it and you've probably never heard of it. It simply means that in the market there are only a few firms that dominate a specific product without any other real competition surrounding it. It's kind of cool because you as consumers are torn every day to pick the best product from this industry or that industry. You want to know a good example of this market's everyday use? Stare at the object that's about 3 inches in front of you. I'm willing to bet that that object is either an Apple smartphone or an Android smartphone. You never hear any more of companies like Motorola, T-Mobile, or Samsung because cell phone usage today is run by either the Apple company or the Android market. So if you really think about it, you can go ahead and set your prices as high as you want because you know people are going to buy your products since you are the firm dominating.
Now I'm going to talk about monopoly. Monopoly is one of the market structures that is there is only one single firm in the market. Monopoly is also in perfect competition and it is a price maker and can decide about price as well as output. Because of monopoly, there is surplus movement from consumer to producers and create that way loss. In monopoly, there is barriers to enter the market such as legal restriction, economics of scale, and restricts on resources.
As you can see, the different market types vary in many ways, making them each distinct in their own way. From number of firms, to price regulations, to all kinds of differences, each market type is structured and functions in a different way than the others. With all of these different types in play, they create diversity and innovation in our markets.